Live from Dallas, Texas, broadcast worldwide, it's the world's first interactive triple cast. Watch on Hot TV KDFI Channel 27, the live broadcast from the studios of 570 KLIF Radio, and sent worldwide via AudioNet. It's Net Talk Live, with your co-host, Laura Lewis. Gadget Guy, Dave Matthews. Webhead, Mark Markham. And your tour guide to the internet and host of Net Talk, Jovan. Net Talk Live is brought to you by Microsoft, developers of the world's leading computer software, including the internet's smartest web browser, Internet Explorer. Get smart. Download your free copy of Internet Explorer now. Communication Expo, your one-stop low-price communication superstore. Communication Expo, the first 20,000 square foot communication superstore. Visit us in North Dallas at Beltline and the Toll Road. Sponsored in part by cityview.com, your local information and entertainment source. Visit us on the World Wide Web at cityview.com. Follow along with the broadcast of Net Talk Live by going to our homepage at www.nettalklive.com. To send email during the show, address it to nettalk@nettalklive.com. So boot up your computer, grab your mouse, and join in the fun, learning about the internet and the World Wide Web.
Please.
Oh, come on. Hey, folks, welcome back to another Sunday night. We're going to teach you everything you need to know about the internet and the World Wide Web. Thank you for joining us right here on Net Talk Live. What are you pointing at?
You got a little wire sticking out of your headset.
I got a what? I got a what?
Little wire on the right there. There you go. Tuck it in.
A wire?
There we go.
One time it's a goober on my nose. One time it's white stuff on my forehead. And tonight it's a wire sticking out of my headset. I want to make sure that I'm very presentable here, folks. I apologize for the wire sticking out of my head, but I've been assimilated over the weekend. You know, that's how it goes. Anyway,
this
folks.
Is live television.
Yeah, that's the way it goes. Why do you always wait till right when we get on the broadcast?
I just saw it. I just saw it, Javon.
We sit here for 30 minutes before we start the show.
I guess I wasn't looking at you.
Just so they can set all the cameras and the lights and everything else to go home. Sit here for 30 minutes, right? And I always do this, right? At about 58 till, 2 minutes till broadcast, I go, Laura, do I look okay? Is everything fine? And we check each other out.
Something happened. Something happened.
I think you just waited so you could get me on the air.
I did not. I am not that kind of person.
Okay, great.
Okay.
I believe you. Anyway. Anyway, welcome to the broadcast tonight, folks. We're going to teach you everything you need to know about the internet and the World Wide Web. Let me give you some phone numbers that you need to know if you're going to participate in the broadcast, because you can call in during the broadcast and ask your questions about the internet and the World Wide Web. And, of course, there we go. We got a little earthquake going on here in the studio. Anyway.
Not really.
No. Anyway, you can call in your questions at 214-787-1570. If you're in the state of Texas, outside of the state of Texas, since we're in 70 cities across the U.S., you can give us a call at 800-583-1570. Turn on your VCR and tape it. We're going to give you some good demos tonight, some great stuff you need to know. We got a great treasure hunt going on. We've got some fantastic stuff coming up. I'm going to tell you in about a minute, I should say. Anyway, you can follow along at our website at nettalklive.com and send us email during the broadcast to nettalk@nettalklive.com. Right, Laura?
Yes, right.
You've got 3 websites coming up. What are they?
I do. I have one because we're going to be gone next weekend. We're going to have a rerun, one of our best shows ever next weekend, but we'll be on vacation. So I wanted to give you guys a really wonderful 4th of July site. You're going to love it. You're going to love to watch this for the next couple of weeks. I'm going to show you that. Lots of fireworks and even Mom's apple pie on there, Jovan. And also I have a traditional medicine site, which actually is traditional medicine in the realm of Chinese and Chinese herbs. Real interesting site.
I'm trying to fix this wire.
Very interesting site. And last of all, I have one for all you do-it-yourselfers at home who are real into home improvement, that type of thing. Got a really interesting site. It's really laden with lots of facts and wonderful things, a chronology of fixing up houses, that type of thing. So you'll be checking that out also later on in the show.
And I'm going to teach teach you. Stay tuned tonight. Call all your relatives, especially the ones that live in trailer parks like mine, because I'm going to teach you how to get on the Sally Jesse Raphael show. Maybe Geraldo. Maybe you can even be on Unsolved Mysteries or a Current Affair. We have a way you can do that via the web if you've got a story. Okay? If your son's really Bigfoot and he has internet access, we can get you on one of those shows. We're going to do that. And we're going to turn you on to, believe this or not, folks, the Cult of Jovan. We're going to tell you what that is, the Cult of Jovan.
This is a true thing, by the way. It's true.
It's pretty funny. It's called the Cult of Jovan. We're going to show you that tonight. Luis, what do you got coming up for us in the broadcast?
Well, I'm going to show you how to prevent link rot on your web pages, and I'm going to show you how to create animation on your websites.
Ah, very good. Dave, what do you got for us tonight?
I'm going to talk about memory leaking. I'm going to teach you guys rather, how you can get back at these stupid virtual pets. And we're going to talk about a little email that Miss Texas sent me.
Miss Texas. Yeah. You stud, you.
Well.
And anyway, we got some Gerbert stuff coming up for your kids for the second segment coming up. We've got some great stuff for your kids. We're going to take you to Underwater World and some other great stuff that's going on, some game site and something really
Very
sweet
happy,
on
Gerbert.
the web.
Gerbert
That's right.
is so cute. Just so
He's
cute.
absolutely great, and we're going to talk about the new movie Con Air coming up in our entertainment segment in the second hour. And we've got some chat, some celebrity chat coming up. Patti LaBelle.
Oh, yes.
Are you a soap opera nut? We're going to have some chat going on with that. And we're going to be telling you more about our new look, some of the new things we're going to be doing with the show that's going to start after our rerun next week, because we're running a rerun next week. So fire up the phone lines, folks. They're already firing up and go. We're going to take your questions tonight, get you started, and we got a very special treasure hunt coming up. So hang tight, because this is going to be a lot of fun,
A
Laura.
lot of good stuff tonight. That's right, really.
A lot of good stuff tonight. Anyway, let's take our first call of the night. It's Kelly in Waxahachie, Texas.
Hey, Kelly, welcome to the show.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
Hey, thank you.
I saw on your website a video stream with your show. What do I need to get to watch that?
Okay.
Ah, you know, Laura, a
Well,
lot of people have that question.
Yes.
Because now, you know, we're a triple cast, so we're on television, we're on radio, and we're on the internet. One of the new things we've done on the internet, besides just listening to the show, is you can now watch the program, the television broadcast. So for all those people around the globe, you know, we have countries like Japan tune in, and Croatia, and Germany, and all these foreign countries that tune in, and even people that aren't in our broadcast area can now tune in on the website, Laura. They can actually watch the broadcast on their computer. So Dave, Gadget Guy, let's tell people what they need and how does this work?
Okay, we're using a technology here that's made by Microsoft. It's called NetShow. And what it is it allows streaming audio. And what that means, Laura, you didn't call me on that streaming.
I didn't
give you enough time.
I guess I understand it as human. I don't know.
So
Go ahead. What is
it allows streaming video and audio,
Streaming
right?
audio and video, that's right. What streaming means is your browser sends out a request to get a little bit of data, enough to make the first pictures. Once it gets enough to make the first picture, then it starts displaying it to you. Now in the background, your computer's chugging away. It's trying to get more and more information. Because of this, you're going to need a fast connection, like a 28.8 at least connection. And in the foreground, you can actually watch the movie. And if you go to my computer here, I can show you guys what you need to do. From our website, just click on the Net Talk Live. Let me go back one here, and I'll show you what it looks like. Click on this live video link. And from the live video link, what you're going to need to do is click on the Net Show icon first. And that will get your software. Once you get it, install the program onto your Windows. And then you can go up to this View Live link, click on the View Live, and it'll start the actual spooling. Now, under Netscape, it'll start spooling immediately. Under the Microsoft browser, however, you'll need to select one of two options. It'll say open the video or save it.
Hey, Dave, real quick, what the heck's spooling, by the way? Well, how can you define that?
Streaming, it means getting a little bit of information in the background.
They're streaming, and then spooling?
Well, spooling's a lot the same way. When you spool print jobs and you spool disk jobs, that's
Is that kind of like your printer warming up, getting ready to start going? You hear it warming up, and then finally, when it's got enough ready to print, it sends it out.
Right. That's a queue, or it's a queue. That's terminology that dates back many, many moons ago in the computer ages. But the new hip, hot term is streaming.
All right.
So since we're hip, hot, and all that, we're going to call it streaming.
So you were saying in Internet Explorer, you have to choose what?
You have to choose open it. If you choose save it, it'll try and save the spool to your hard drive, and that'll tear up your hard drive is it starts to dump lots and lots of video on your hard drive. So it won't hurt it, but it'll start filling up your hard drive. Just select the Open It link, and then it'll start bringing it into the net show, and it'll pop up a little window, and you can actually watch the program. It's kind of jerky. We look like Max Headroom, but that could be cool.
Do we? Oh, I'd like to see that, actually.
So it's kind of jerky. So it like shows you the whole time?
Can we show?
Oh, man.
Tonight I'll be setting Giovanna up with bad jokes.
Anyway, let's go to our next call tonight. Let's go line 1. It's Jeff calling in from Fort Worth, Texas.
Hey, Jeff. Welcome to Net Talk Live tonight.
Hi.
Hi.
I had a 14.4 modem, and I got that need for speed, and I decided to get a 56K modem. When I was trying to connect, I could only connect at about 28, and I called the phone company, and they said, well, they don't really guarantee anything past 26K. And I'm wondering what I need to do to get online faster.
Now, you said you had a 56K modem. Is that what you said you
got?
got?
One of the new ones with the X2 technology.
Ah, this is a common occurrence. So, Luis, I understand that even if you have a 56K modem, that does not guarantee you 56K access, right?
No, it doesn't, Jovan, because you need to be one of the few and proud that are connected close enough to your central office so that you have only one jump on your analog line to a digital line. So if you're living in an area that is a remote area or not a very popular area, you're not going to have that capability. You need to contact your phone company and make sure that you can actually use it, and you got to make sure that your provider also supports this X2 technology. There's two of them. So you got to make sure that you have the right one. There's a K-Flex 56, and there's the X2. So you need to find out which one you have and which one your provider supports.
So, Dave, I mean, how can they promote 56K modems if you're not really going to get 56K?
Because it's just one of those uncontrolled things. I am really surprised that Bell said they'd support 26K, because normally they only say they'll support 2400 baud, which the dark ages of computers. So,
Laura, do you understand what we're talking about here?
Oh, yeah, I do. And I actually have a really cute analogy for you guys once you're finished talking all
go
this
ahead,
geek speak right now. I think I really think that you can talk about, you're talking about modems, and modems are the things that your computer hooks up to the internet, right?
Right.
At a certain speed, correct? Well, how about this analogy? It's probably not the best. What about this 56K as compared to the 28.8, right? The 28.8 might be like a Ford Explorer, right?
Okay.
And then the 56K could be, what, a Ferrari? Something like that?
Not a Ferrari. Could
or
be
something like that.
Could be a much faster car.
And you still have to go the same speed limit through a small town, let's say 45 miles per hour, right? That's all that you're able to do. That's not primo. That's not an excellent analogy, but that's kind of, in my simplistic thinking, might think of it that way. What do you think?
That works pretty good, Dave.
Is it a little better than that, guys?
No, that's good. I use another analogy when I talk about speed. I've got a pin here. This would be like a 28.8 modem, and then this marker, you see how much bigger diameter it is. This is when I talk about straw sizes, and a 56K modem would be this larger straw size. But Luis made a couple good points. First of all, your internet provider has to support the correct 56K protocol. There's no standard out for this yet. So one ISP can use one brand of modems, another ISP can use another. So first of all, does your internet provider support that standard? And the second question is what you talked about distance. You have to live pretty close to the phone system. If you have trouble connecting at 28.8 with a modem, you're going to have trouble with the higher speeds, like 56K. For the same reason you have the trouble.
And they
with
definitely
the
have to have an internet service provider that even supports 56K,
That's right?
Or it's not going to make a difference if they can't support it. It's just no good. It's just another modem.
But should everybody have one? If you're going to go out and buy a new modem.
Eventually, if you're going to get it, you got to really watch the ISP that you're with. It's no good if you're on with an internet service provider that's not going to support it. What you're going to see in September of this year, there's going to be new standards that come out on the internet where everybody's accepting various standards. One of the standards to be set is the way modems will communicate and at what speed. Now, if your ISP doesn't adopt it, because a lot of them are sitting back, waiting and watching, if it can be supported, if it'll be good, and if the prices will come down, okay? So if you want to get it now, you can get it, but you're probably going to end up switching internet service providers. A good place to go, folks, if you're on the web, go to USR, am I right? USR.com, which is US Robotics, which brought out the 56K modem, USR.com.
Actually, Giovanni, it's x2.usr.com.
X2, okay, great. X2.usr.com. Let's pull it up on the screen, one of you guys, and let's find it. But it's x2.usr.com, which is the X2 technology, which is 56K by US Robotics, who brought it out.
Okay.
And it will give you a listing in your area of the internet service providers that have already adopted this technology.
And that's the X2 standard. That's the other side of the fence. Like, we use OnRamp here in town. They support that X2 standard. What I say to do is save your money, wait till the standard's in place. The reason why I say this is your modem will need to be upgraded when the standard comes out. You can get you'll love this, Laura, a 28.8 modem now for about $60.
Oh, wow.
So spend the $60 instead of the 200. When the standard comes out in September, then buy the X2 standard.
Okay.
So, Luis, you have this up on your computer screen, right? The site that we were talking about?
That's right.
And if they go to the site, correct me if I'm wrong, you can actually find where the service providers that
It
have
says
this.
there's over 375 internet service providers that actually support X2 technology.
Ah, great. Well, there you go, folks. Check out that site. It's x2.usr.com, and that's the place you go. Anyway, let's go to our next call. Let's go to Steve calling in from the Colony, Texas.
Hey, Steve, welcome to the show. You're on Net Talk Live.
Well, hello, how y'all doing?
Hey,
Great.
welcome. You have a question?
I just want to tell you, you look really nice this evening.
Doesn't she?
Why, thank you
well,
very
hang on.
much.
I'm going to do something here real quick. Steve, Dean, turn this camera. Dean, we got to get a look at Laura, stand up. Laura always taunts us. Stand up here.
Okay.
Look at this outfit. No, look at a shot of this outfit, Dean. She is like Mrs. High Tech. What a great outfit.
Wow, thank you.
I mean, what a great
Jovan.
outfit. So
The mailbox is going to be full.
Oh, I'm seeing like Aeon Flux, MTV stuff here. This is cool.
that's the net fashion trend.
You know,
anyway.
Aeon Flux, this is like super cyber chick, Laura. She can capture a fly with her eyelashes.
Oh,
Super
wow.
cool.
I've never actually.
Sounds really cool.
I've never actually heard about that. That's pretty hard.
gosh.
Anyway, let's go back to Steve in the Colony. Steve, what's your question tonight?
Yeah, I'm on MSN, and I have the Microsoft Exchange email, and I downloaded Internet Mail, and I wanted to switch over, and I was wondering if Gadget Guy knew how to do it.
There we go again, requesting people.
Luis, you can take this one, buddy.
Go ahead, Dave.
No, I'm going to give this one to you.
Dave,
I
he
didn't
wants
fit-
you.
Oh, you guys, stop this.
Give us some
Okay.
more info on what you're doing there. You went with which email program was your
Microsoft Exchange,
Okay, give us a little more.
and I have downloaded Internet Mail, and I was trying to switch over from Exchange to Internet Mail, but I don't seem to have the intelligence to do it.
Okay. First of all, I guess you need to set up all the mail server requirements. You've got a total different platform here. So because of this, you're going to need to set up your pop mail servers, your reply address, all the ins and outs. That's also not going to copy your email from your past messages over into the new system. So if you want to, this is a good question that a lot of people have had in the past, how do they get their old archived email into the new mail program? And to do that, we recommend just forwarding it from yourself back to yourself. And then once you get your new mail program all set up with all the correct servers, then just what's called pop in and grab that new email and pull it down into your new email program.
And then he'll actually just switch it over, and he doesn't have to worry about losing any email or anything?
He won't lose the email that way, but the hard part will be going into the old mail program and finding out all of your mail servers, because that stuff has to be to the letter, no spaces, the periods in the right place, I's crossed, T's dotted.
What else? No, I'm just
Laura,
kidding.
you've got a website for
Yes,
us, right?
I do.
No.
I do. I sure do. Happy Birthday America site.
Oh, that's right. It's going to be 4th of July.
Yes, it's 4th of July. We won't be here next weekend, so I wanted to give you guys a scroll down, if you will, Miss Laura Lynch, and I want to show you guys what this site is it actually shows a bunch of different aspects to what July 4th is all about. You can click on actually the story of America's independence to find out a little bit of history, brush up on it. You know, it's like why, where, the whole thing. It really was interesting, actually. Giovanna was actually feeling rather patriotic as I was surfing this. Very good. Let's click on the fireworks there, Laura, and I want to show you something real fun. You can even have fireworks in your home, and you can even click on one of your favorite patriotic songs there. Star Spangled Banner would be really fun, something like that, and you sit there right at your computer and have your fireworks. And best of all, Jovan, you can even go into the site and click on a recipe for Mom's apple pie. So what is the 4th of July without Mom's apple pie? Click on it, and you can download an actual recipe of Mom's apple pie. Happy 4th of July, everybody.
That's a cool site to check out. Folks, I want to send you on a treasure hunt here real quick, and I want to show you something that we're going to do. Now, if you get this treasure hunt, I'm going to give you the hotline number. The hotline number is 214-787-1011. 214-787-1011. Okay? What I'm going to give you is I'm going to give you a copy of Harvey Mackay's book. This is a good book, Laura. It's called Dig Your Well Before You're Thirsty, right? This is a networking book. If you want to get ahead in the 90s, one of the keys is networking. We're going to give you a copy of Norton Antivirus, and we're going to give you a copy of QuickMail Pro. Okay, you get about $100 worth of software and stuff here. You're going to get all of this software is what you're going to get if you are the 5th caller number 5 to our hotline, 214-787-1011. If you know the answer to this question, ready? And now I'm going to show you a photograph. We've talked about these people on the air. We've talked about these people on the air before, okay? ant. Let me show you a photo. See that clan there? Well, you might not know who that clan is. We're going to zoom in on a person. I'm going to show you a face. Let's get a look at him. See that guy in the middle of the beard as we push in? See that guy right there in the middle? We've talked about him on the air. Do you know who it is? I'm going to give you a hint when we come back. I'm going to show you a better photograph. It may be with the software. You call in, and when we come back, we got some cool sites. We got Gerbert coming up next. Tell your kids we got some fun stuff coming up. All when Net Talk Live returns right here. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Jeff Harris. I'm NetTalk Live's Network Operations Manager, and I just want to thank you for watching the show. I appreciate it.
Tonight on Ducey Sports Sunday, who's best in the West? The Rangers and Mariners battle at the ballpark. And out at the plate! Don Nelson joins us live to talk about how he's going to clean up the Dallas Mavs mess. And where do the Cowboys get their strength to make another run for a Super Bowl title?
Things has changed.
All tonight on Ducey Sports Sunday, beginning at 10:20. We could brag about having Dallas's first helicopter power cam or having the most experienced helicopter news team. But when it comes to the Sky 4 power cam, pictures speak louder than words.
This is Scott Wallace reporting live from Sky 4. Texas DPS coming out with guns drawn. That's a live picture from Sky 4.
Don't you agree?
It's turned over and the truck just crashed.
When news breaks, nobody gets you closer than the Sky 4 power cam. Nobody.
Heat of the night.
We're looking for a man who murdered a prostitute.
Tibbs takes on a witness.
What I do best, I do lying flat on my back.
You know something?
Gillespie goes after a suspect.
I'm gonna make you wish you never saw this type. I don't have to put up with it. Chief.
And the town's at the mercy of a madman.
Police, open up! One girl is dead. He was beaten and strangled.
In the heat of the night.
Monday at 4 on Hot TV 27.
I love San Francisco and spent lots of time working in the community. But with my trade to Cleveland, I have a whole new city where I can become involved. No matter where you live, you'll get great satisfaction if you help make your neighborhood better. Organizations can help you take back the streets from drug dealers, cover up graffiti, and start recycling programs. Make your neighborhood a better place to live.
Violent. Don't play that game.
An injured life reaches back from the grave.
I want to help you.
To kill.
3 deaths in the last 4 weeks.
And kill again.
Be prepared. It gets ugly.
To catch a murderer. The legacy must close the gap between heaven and hell. On the next episode of Poltergeist: The Legacy.
Monday at 7 on Hot TV 27.
We're back. It's the world's best live triple cast. If you or your company needs an exciting and effective website created, then you need the best web development team in the business. The cast and crew of Net Talk Live. Net Talk Live will create a highly effective website for you or your business. Just give us a call at 800-673-3836. That's 800-673-3836. Follow along with the broadcast of Net Talk Live by going to our homepage at www.nettalklive.com. To send email during the show, address it to nettalk@nettalklive.com.
Okay, folks, welcome back to segment 2 here of the first hour of Net Talk Live, where we teach you everything you need to know about the internet and the World Wide Web, and we're having fun doing it.
Yes, we are.
Right, Laura?
Yes, we are.
There's Gerbert.
I'm having fun because if I wasn't here, I'd be in bed. So I always want to be on your show.
Oh, good. Did you
Let's
see?
do it every night, not just Sunday.
That way you get to stay up every night, eh, Gerbert?
Oh yeah.
Let me show you something here, Gerbert. You know, when we went to the break, I was doing a treasure hunt here.
Yeah.
And I was showing a photograph, which I'm going to show another one.
Uh-oh.
And I'm going to give people a hint here out there. We're going to give you a prize hotline. It's 214-787-1011. 214-787-1011. You're going to get a copy of Harvey McKay's new book. You're going to get a copy of Norton Antivirus, and you're going to get a copy of, you're going to get a copy of Quick Mail Pro. Here's what I'm going to show you. I'm going to give you another hint of this photograph. Remember that photograph to show you with the guy with the beard? Well, I'm going to show you another photograph. Let's take a look here. I'm going to give you a hint.
Oh my God.
That's quite a picture.
Wow.
I think we need to talk to Kim about this guy.
We've talked about him on the show here. We talked about him a little bit. If you can tell me who this man is, give us a call at 214-787-1011.
I think we just went to PG-13.
and give us a copy. Give us a copy. Give us a call. Tell us.
That was spooky.
That is spooky.
Imagine waking up to that.
You
Whoa.
should, Gerbert, you should see it in real life, my friend.
I know a guy that could help him up. He stitched me up good.
Oh, boy. So give us a call. You'll win the software and the book if you know who that person is. So, Gerbert, what do you
I don't know who that person is. I don't want to know who that person is. I'm just teasing. He looks like a nice man.
Yeah.
He'd have to be with a face like that. I'm just kidding. Okay, all right, websites, right? That's my job. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, this is the first one. It's called Underwater World.
Underwater World.
Yeah, you know you can surf on the net. Well, I'm going to teach you how to scuba dive on the net.
Oh,
Okay,
wow.
cool.
Yeah. Yeah, so see right there, you just push that big fish right there in the middle.
All right.
Yeah, right there. And that takes you to a site that lets you choose if you like to go on a scuba dive. So you go and you click on, I went to like Seychelles right there in the middle, I think. Yeah.
Yes,
Click right there, and it takes you through a bunch of little geography things, and that's really neat. And then you keep going, and you push this guy's face named Jack, and he's an underwater photographer, and he takes you on a scuba dive with him.
So
Oh my gosh,
I
what a
thought
great
I thought
site.
when you said you were going to do Underwater World that you were going to like cover Kevin Costner's movie.
No, that was a water world that went under. Yeah, this is Underwater World.
Okay.
Hey, you know what? By the way, you know where's the best place that to see a man-eating fish?
The Dallas Aquarium.
No, a seafood restaurant. Either that or Gadget Guy's house. His freezer.
Yeah, his frozen piranha in the freezer, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That should be it. We should get one of our viewers or listeners, since Gadget had this piranha that died on him that he's not supposed to have. He froze it in his freezer. How much do you think bounty we could get put up, Gerbert, for Gadget to eat it?
He needs to be stuffed. I'm not eating him.
I don't know.
We're stuffing him.
Kind of make Miss Paul and make her
He's
kind of
close to
sad to
me.
see it go to him like that.
Anyway, Gerbert, what other site do you have, my friend?
I got another one, like if you want your kids to play games that are fun on the internet. These games are fun, and what's really neat is they were made up by kids.
Oh.
And it's cyberkids.com.
So these are kids' games by kids.
Right. Is there an echo in here? Wow. That's right. Yeah.
I'm only doing my job, Gerbert.
That's good. I'm sorry. I'm going to stay right here. Yeah, you can push there's all kinds of different games there. I could tell you, but my eyes don't work. I can't really read them.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what else?
Yeah. And so you can click on one like the virtual maze. I did that. That was fun.
Oh, that
there
would be
it is.
fun.
Wow.
Oh.
Door number 1. It's like, let's make a deal. Except you don't get anything when you win.
You just get lost.
Right, you just get in there. And then the last one, this isn't a toy or a game, but it's a real neat collector item. It's Pez.org.
I told you there was something sweet coming up.
Yeah, and I gave all you guys little Pez container things.
Here's one.
Pez dispensers for those in the know.
Yeah, I got Sylvester, right? Sylvester the cat.
Here, I'll bring mine up here.
And what do you have? You have one of the DuckTales, one of Donald Duck's little nephews, right?
That's right.
Oh, cool.
Part of him.
They have little candies inside.
Little
They're
candy.
wonderful.
And you know what? That's all. That's just vitamin C in yours.
Guys, you want to know something
yeah,
funny?
it's ginseng. It's alfalfa sprouts.
Thank you very much, Gerber.
It's terrible, but it's good for you.
Does it make your tongue green?
Yeah.
I've never had a Pez. That was
You
my
are
first
kidding
one.
me.
I'm serious.
Where have you
Jovan,
been,
I am
Jovan?
from Puerto
We need
Rico
some-
and I have Pez.
Yeah, Gerber,
Yeah.
you gave me my first Pez, my friend. Thank you very
Where'd
much.
you grow up in Arkansas?
I feel so special. Yeah, maybe you had a Pez, but it was Arkansas and you thought it was a pause or Pez.
Gerber, you're cracking me up tonight.
Hey.
You're on a roll.
Hey, am I on a roll? Is that what that was?
Yeah.
It was so soft.
Oh, look out. Gerbert's taking over for Gadget.
Uh-oh.
Guys, I would tell you, check out our website, look for Gerbert's face, click on his face, and find all his cool websites. When we come back, we got some cool websites coming up. We're going to answer this trivia question. We'll be right back.
Okay. Hi, I'm Laura Lynch, and I surf out all the sites that you see come up during the show. And I just wanted to say thanks for watching and tell all your friends about Net Talk Live.
Amazing people, incredible events. They're on real TV. This man has gone over Niagara Falls 7 times, but this time was different. He put a camera in the barrel. Then this elected bad boy from Brazil didn't like the cameraman taking his picture, so he tried to run it down. Plus, see what happens to these men on deck when a fighter jet misfires a rocket. Amazing eyewitness accounts of the worst naval jet accident. If it's on tape, it's on real TV.
Monday at 6:30 on Hot TV 27.
When severe weather strikes,
Severe warning for Parker.
be forewarned.
Yeah, that's the one that they're watching right now. The most intense unless you go further south. Yeah.
No warnings for Denton County at the present time.
It's just going to be a rough afternoon. Company after the open.
When you need to know,
They're saying golf ball size hail, wind gust at 70.
2 good-sized cells in the Stephenville at this point.
the forewarned weather team
So is a chance for tornadic activity.
Good afternoon. I'm meteorologist Tim Heller in the Fox 4 Weather Center.
Nobody keeps you safer. On the next nights, demons are in control.
Coming to me! Coming to me!
Moving from body to body.
It's the power of darkness.
And the possessed don't have a prayer.
Are we having fun yet?
Because the only way to drive out evil is to cross over to the other side.
But you died last year. How can I be here?
I've missed you, Mitch.
On the next nights, Baywatch nights.
Monday at 8 on Hot TV 27.
You see me with sports heroes all the time. Take a moment to meet a hero who shaped our history. Matthew Henson was chosen by Robert Peary to accompany him on 7 expeditions exploring the Arctic and on a final dash to the North Pole in 1909. Henson's parents died when he was young, but he went on to become a seaman, author, and adventurer. Expert dog driver, master mechanic, and friend to the Eskimos, Henson was indispensable in the quest for the pole. Makes me cold just to think about it, but that's what heroes are made of.
He always said what he learned at the Red Cross would come in handy someday. We didn't know someday would be this morning. When we needed him, he knew what to do. You can call him a loving father, a devoted husband. We just call him a hero.
To keep your family safer, contact your local American Red Cross about first aid training, water safety, and disaster preparedness information. We don't make anyone a hero. We only show them how.
Remember 1974? On Friday nights, you were probably watching
This is Jim Rockford. At the tone, leave your name and message. I'll get back to you.
The Rockford Files, with good old-fashioned fist fights, fast gas-guzzling cars, and even pay toilets. Well, the 70s may be over, but Rocky, Dennis, and Jim rock on.
Give me a dime, I'm gonna crack you open like a piggy bank.
The Rockford Files are still hot, weeknights at 11:30 on Hot TV 27.
From Dallas, Texas, broadcast worldwide, it's the world's first interactive triple cast. Watch on Hot TV KDFI Channel 27, the live broadcast from the studios of 570 KLIF Radio, and sent worldwide via AudioNet. It's Net Talk Live, with your co-host, Laura Lewis. Gadget Guy, Dave Matthews. Webhead, Mark Markham. And your tour guide to the internet and host of Net Talk, Jovan. Net Talk Live is brought to you by Microsoft, developers of the world's leading computer software, including the internet's smartest web browser, Internet Explorer. Get smart. Download your free copy of Internet Explorer now. Communication Expo, your one-stop low-price communication superstore. Communication Expo, the first 20,000 square foot communication superstore. Visit us in North Dallas at Beltline and the Toll Road. Sponsored in part by cityview.com, your local information and entertainment source. Visit us on the World Wide Web at cityview.com. Follow along with the broadcast of Net Talk Live by going to our homepage at www.nettalklive.com. To send email during the show, address it to nettalk@nettalklive.com. So boot up your computer, grab your mouse, and join in the fun, learning about the internet and the World Wide Web.
Pretty tad. I'm sitting here. Gerbert gave me a Pez, you know, because Gerbert talked about the Pez site. And I finished off my Pez. I'm 32 years old, guys, 32 years old. And I've never had a Pez in my life. And I just sat here in a 3-minute break.
And ate the entire contents of that one.
I emptied this.
He did.
Sylvester.
You know, Javon, you can OD on those stuff, you know.
Oh, man.
When he starts running around like Beavis here in a few minutes.
Bouncing off the walls.
Oh, boy.
This is good stuff. Gerbert.
You want mine?
This, you know, it's a magical night.
This is good stuff.
He's right here with his first Pez. It's kind of like a bar mitzvah of sorts. Kind of. Yeah.
A sugar bar mitzvah.
A sugar bar mitzvah.
That's great. Pez, I like Gerbert. Thanks a lot.
Well, you're welcome. You know, I'm going to break the sound asleep barrier tonight. Normally, I would really be in bed. Now I get the second section.
Yeah.
You get to go into another segment, into the third segment?
I hope I don't throw a rod. Wow, okay.
What is the stuff at the Pez site? Can you find? I hear these are collector's items, right?
You know what? Some of those are really, really big time collectors. Some of them are worth like $500 a piece.
One of these little plastic things. You got
well, only to that guy with no teeth you had a picture of, because he doesn't know any better.
Oh, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm gonna show the guy with no teeth. We got to show this again, Dean.
Yeah.
Dean, let's get a shot over here. Okay.
Cover your children's eyes.
I did a treasure hunt at the beginning of the show.
And your pets.
Yeah. I did a treasure hunt at the beginning of the show, and we showed this photo. Let's show this photo. See that? See that motley crew there? Well, we have somebody who's won on the line. I'm going to tell you who it is. Let's go back to that shot. Let's go back to that shot, the first shot. Okay? Let's zoom in on the person. See this guy in the beard? We're saying, do you know who that fellow is? You could win a copy of Harvey McKay's new book. You could win a copy of Norton Antivirus or Quick Mail Pro. Well, let's go ahead. Come on back and let's show the second shot. Now, I showed a second shot, and this guy, I think, kind of gave it away. And I said, well, let me give you a better look at this guy, and if you know who it is, we've talked about him on the show, well, let's show that person. You think I'm kidding? You think I'm kidding? What line do we have? Let's see. Let's go ahead and throw up the line. Let's go ahead and bring up the line. Let's see. We have now this, our winner, one from Austin, Texas. Austin, Texas, KVC 13, which is Austin's variety channel. It's Angela. Angela, you on the line?
Yeah.
Okay, Angela. Who is this person?
It's your Uncle Lindy.
Let's show this. Remember we told the story, Gerbert? We went to my family reunion, right?
Right.
And the guy that told Laura, boy, you sure are pretty and skinny, but your legs sure are fat.
Well, he's got your eyes, Jovan. Look at that.
I told you she couldn't blame this guy. Look at this guy. Would you blame this guy?
No. You know, he started eating Pez when he was very young. See, you can see. You should take some of the white Pez back home with you.
Oh, that's right. You know,
he could fill in some places.
I finished this one off, too. I didn't have any more. He could fill in this off. So, Angela, what's it like in Austin today?
It's humid.
It's pretty hot down there, isn't it?
Yeah, and rainy.
And you've been tuning into the show, and here it is. You're going to get a copy of Harvey McKay's book, Dig Your Well Before You're Thirsty, which is a great book. You're going to get a copy of Norton Antivirus, and you're going to get a copy of Quick Mail Pro. Good email software that you can have to get them all, because you knew who that toothless wonder was. See, I told you, folks, I wasn't kidding when I said my families were the extra in the movie Deliverance. I wasn't kidding, was I, Angela?
No, you are.
Okay, Angela, thanks a lot for tuning in. We're going to put you back on hold. Guys, get the information. Anyway, let's go to our next call. Let's go to the 800 line. We're going to go to Dave, tuning in from Sioux Falls, South Dakota on K42CC.
Hey, Dave, welcome to the show. You're on Net Talk Live. Hey, Dave, are you there?
Dave?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey,
How you doing, buddy?
You're
Good,
on
how
the
you doing?
air.
Dave, you have all your teeth, my friend?
Sort of.
It's okay.
In a jar.
Yeah.
I'm teasing.
I don't have.
Oh, so what's up, Dave?
Well, I'm a Gateway 2000 tech.
All right. Hey, Gateway, great company, my friend.
Yes.
And they make a good product. I also work in the modem queue.
Okay.
And you were commenting, had a call earlier about the modems.
Uh-huh.
And the 56K modems will connect to 53K.
Right.
That's stipulated by FCC regulations.
Right.
Okay. The biggest problem that we're seeing is phone jacks are wired backwards.
Phone
inside
jack?
the houses.
That's a no-no.
And what that opens the relays up, it opens the relay up on the modem and locks them out, and also locks the whole phone system out when you turn the computer on.
So you're telling me it doesn't even matter if I've got the great technology and I have a good ISP that your house could be wired wrong?
Yeah.
So with the Gateway folks, and everybody out there knows the Gateway 2000 people,
Right.
excellent company, make a great product, sponsor, and
That's
Dave's job.
and they ship their boxes all across the country, or you see their boxes for their product. They're in the a Holstein cow box.
Yeah, it looks
that
like
right?
a cow.
It
Yeah,
looks like a cow.
I've seen those boxes.
They're pretty cool.
Yeah.
Do you ever play in those boxes, Gerbert? You could probably get into one.
No idea. Where is he anyway?
There I am, Gerbert.
It's frightening. It's his voice.
So Dave, you're telling me I can go out and I can buy a 56K modem, but I mean, how do you fix this stuff with your company? You're a tech, you handle calls like this. What do you tell someone if their house is wired wrong?
One of the things we have you can do, you can go down to like a electronic store like Radio Shack, and they have a little tester for about $9, and you plug it into the wall, and you either get a green light or you get a red light. Green light means it's wired correctly. Red light means it's backwards.
Okay, let's say it's backwards. It's a red light. What do?
You pull the front off and switch 2 wires around. There's only 2 hooked up. There are 4 wires in there. You can just swap the 2 around, and you're in business.
So Dave, you're looking like this is no new stuff. Are you being a net hole, Dave?
No, that's good. See, the problem is, though, a lot of times if you have your wiring backwards on a phone that's not an electronic phone, some of the new ones that are made out of plastic and they weigh about 2 ounces, those phones will work when the wires are flip-flopped, but the old heavy-duty phones, they won't ring or dial when they're flip-flopped. So this is a good point. But so few houses are wired wrong, and like Uncle Lindy, maybe if he rewired his house, there's a chance that he couldn't get 56K. But that's a good point.
Isn't that funny? We got Dave talking to Dave. Dave, I'm really honored that we have a Gateway 2000 tech actually watching the show and tuning in. I got a question for you. What's new from Gateway, my friend?
Oh, lots of things.
Come on, give us the inside scoop. Give us something that nobody knows.
If I only could, I really can't.
Oh, darn.
If you told me, you'd have to kill me, right?
That's right.
You know, we do.
I'd find some place for Gilbert.
What's it?
No, Gerbert. Thanks, Doug. Thanks, Doug.
The other thing we're seeing is that you can only have one, and coming out of your computer goes out digital. Going into the switches for the phone systems, they convert it to analog. And you have cases where that happens. And you can only have one analog to digital conversion for the 56K modem to work properly.
So, Dave,
Can I lean against your shoulder?
That's right.
Maybe it is my bedtime.
Luis talked a little bit about that, but basically what he's saying is you have to live pretty darn close to the phone network switches in order for this technology to work. So you have to be in major metropolitan areas for that to work correctly. There, plain speak.
There you go.
Very good.
Very
good.
nice.
Gerbert has something. What's this name? A green lizard thing that's going on.
Oh,
here.
yeah. If you want your kids to win $1,000 worth of CD-ROM software,
Wow.
you got to find out what the name of that green lizard is. And they can find out through our website. They just click on my face and then follow the directions.
And we can
let's see if we can get a shot of this box here.
Nice
Basically, what it is, it's $1,000 worth of software from DK Publishing. It's all great stuff. Gerbert's doing it. You just go to our website, Net Talk Live, click on Gerbert's face. There's a promotion for kids. It's worth $1,000 worth of software. We're going to have a drawing on the air. When we come back, we showed one of our people on the air last week, and he got an incredible amount of email. We're going to put him in the hot spot and see if we can't just embarrass him as much as possible. We got some great sites coming up, and we're going to tell you how to get on Sally, Jesse, Raphael, all when Net Talk Live returns.
I'm lighting director for Net Talk Live. Guys, my lights, please. Thanks for tuning in, and tell all your friends to watch Net Talk Live.
Next on Sprint.
You came here and dumped me.
They came to try and save their relationships. They went home alone.
I was planning to tell her the truth.
Dumped on Sprint. A look back at some clean separations and some messy breakups. They got dumped on Sprint.
I'm probably going to leave here with Michelle.
Next, Jerry Springer.
Monday at 9 on Hot TV 27.
On the field, I'm an MVP who makes headlines. But there are kids out there who can't read the newspaper. If you're illiterate, volunteer to tutor youngsters in your area. And if you can't read yet, don't be ashamed. Ask for help at school. Learn to read and become an MVP, the most valuable person you can be.
Violence. Don't play that game.
Could brag about having Dallas's first helicopter power cam or having the most experienced helicopter news team. But when it comes to the Sky 4 power cam, pictures speak louder than words.
This is Scott Wallace reporting live from Sky 4. Texas DPS coming out with guns drawn. That's a live picture from Sky 4.
Don't you agree?
It's turned over and the truck just crashed.
When news breaks, nobody gets you closer than the Sky 4 power cam. Nobody.
To buzz.
If you could change anything about yourself, what would it be?
And get new teeth. Or not to buzz.
So don't you buzz me.
That is the question.
What's the biggest lie you ever told a guy?
I'm going out with my friend.
Hi, I'm Andy Wood, host of Buzz, the game where fast-talking, quick-thinking singles get the date of their dream. So make a date with Buzz.
Weeknights at 11 on Hot TV 27.
On the next FX. When a Broadway star is the target of a stalker,
Anything that happens to her and there'll be no show.
Raleigh substitutes Lucinda in the lead.
The show must go on.
Can they stop him?
He's in the theater right now, like this minute. He's got a knife.
Angie, give me everything you got.
Kevin Dobson and Cameron Dottostar on the next FX The Series.
Tuesday at 7 on Hot TV 27.
.570.
Just being PC.
Okay, folks, we're back here in the fourth segment of Net Talk Live, teaching you everything you need to know about the internet and World Wide Web. And no, we're not stereotyping the entire state of Arkansas just because my Uncle Lindy looks like that. I don't look like that, but then again, I have dentures. Anyway.
Now. Bill Clinton's a pretty good-looking guy.
Huh?
He is. I think he's a kind of a good-looking guy. Anyway, what are we talking about here?
Hey, Pete, why did all my phones go blank? I'm only kidding. Anyway, let's go to our next call. Let's go to Ron giving us a call in Dallas.
Yes.
Hey, Ron.
Good to see y'all. I watch you every week. My
Thank you.
question is about Internet Explorer.
Okay.
I'm fixing to get on the net with it, and what are these plug-ins to go with Internet Explorer, and how do they plug in or work with it?
Okay. Well, Luis, can you explain what a plug-in is here to Ron in Dallas? What a plug-in, the different types of plug-ins are. You know, you hear this when you read it in magazines and stuff. You hear this comment, plug-in. So what is a plug-in, and how does it work?
Jovan, a plug-in is a attachment or an additional plug that you can use with your browser. What it does is it will let you use different services on the internet. Now, they call it plug-in because it's called a open architecture so that your browser can expand as new technologies come up. So for example, if you want, you can get a chat plugin so where you can chat within your browser. You can get a plugin for using real audio where you can listen to the show over the internet. So basically it just expands your browser to use new and different technologies that are available without having to update your browser.
So when Dave mentioned earlier Net Show, where you could watch us over the internet, that's a plugin.
Net Show would be a plugin. And
See,
then
I want to be more simplistic than that because I'm remembering the days of just beginning to surf about a year and a half ago, and a browser is, Javon, we need to say this is a little thing that takes, tell me what a browser is right now. Browser versus search engine, seriously. Because it's really kind of a strange thing to understand in the very, very beginning.
A browser is real simple. A browser is the software which your computer looks at web pages through. That's where you go back or forward or stop or whatever the case may be, where you type in the URL. That is a browser.
Right.
Now, not all browsers are enabled to hear stuff, like hear audio, or look at certain types of photographs, or play video, or chat, or whatever the case may be. So you have to, Laura, to explain this plugin thing, you have to kind of get like hamburger helper for your browser.
Well, I just think I think attachments is a great word to apply to plugins. It's almost like attachments to a vacuum cleaner. You know, different things to do different stuff.
Hamburger's hamburger.
Right.
But if you want chili mac, you need hamburger helper. And plugins are hamburger helper for your browser, right, Dave? Or you got a better one?
I got a good one here. I'd say that there's two different things. There's plugins, and then there's helper applications. I'd call NetShow a helper application. The reason why is you get out of your browser and go into the NetShow program. So there's two different distinct programs there.
What the heck is NetShow?
That's how
we talked about earlier, where you watch video.
That's the program that does.
Don't you watch your own show?
That's the helper.
You guys, I mean, I didn't hear. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm not going to say anything now.
Net shows the program that opens the window that you can see the little postage stamp of my face and crush it. Squish my head.
Okay.
Okay. Now, a plugin is an opening in the browser. It is a hole, if you will, where a different person can write a little bit of code, a little bit of program, and insert it into your browser. So it doesn't launch a whole new program like a helper does. It stays within the browser. So what that means is the information can display on the browser window itself. So you can't even tell that it's a plugin once you get it installed. It looks seamless with the browser.
Okay.
There you go. That was an easy one. I wasn't cutting off. I was just having fun.
That was extensive.
Oh,
At my
come
expense.
on. Here, come on, Peter, grab a seat. We're going to have some fun at Peter's expense, since we had fun at your expense.
We need to have fun with you at your expense one of these days.
We'll do that for a whole episode, maybe. And you can have fun at my expense. Let's get a shot of this. We, last week, got a very brief shot of one of our people here on the show, and it's Peter Petrick, who does some of our web stuff, and he's an intern here on the show. Let's get a shot here of Peter. This is Peter Petrick. Now, Peter, look right at this camera right here, Peter. Just look there. Don't laugh or say anything.
Don't laugh.
Don't enjoy yourself.
Wait a minute. That sounded bad. I wasn't talking to the viewers. I was talking to Peter. Now, anyway, this is Peter.
Come on.
This is Peter. Okay? We showed him on the air for probably 30 seconds last week. Just real brief, not even that long, maybe even 10 seconds. And this guy got like 6 letters from ladies saying, "Who is that guy with the great smile? Who is that new person?"
And now you're making him not smile.
Who is that new person on the show? And they were saying, "Who is this guy?" So I want to introduce to you Peter Petrick. Let's get a shot of him. This is Peter Petrick. Peter, tell us a little bit about yourself.
And speak right in there, real close.
Здравствуйте, друзья. Меня зовут Петр. Как дела? Мне очень хорошо.
Well, he speaks Russian. Let's get a shot of him. Let me translate. Basically, he said, "Ladies, I'm sorry, but you're not my type." No.
He likes Russian hairy women, I guess.
No, when we come back, we'll still have Peter sitting here. We'll tell you a little about him, get out of the studio, take more of your calls, have some fun. Call a friend, tell them to tune in. We'll be right back right after this.
Development team. I just wanted to say thank y'all for tuning in, and please tell all your friends about the show.
On the next Heat of the Night,
we're looking for a man who murdered a prostitute.
Tibbs takes on a witness.
What I do best, I do lying flat on my back.
She knows something.
Gillespie goes after a suspect.
I'm gonna make you wish you never saw this tape. I don't have to put up with it. Chief.
And the town's at the mercy of a madman.
Police, open up! One girl is dead. He was beaten and strangled.
In the heat of the night.
Monday at 4 on Hot TV 27.
We could brag about having Dallas's first helicopter power cam or having the most experienced helicopter news team. But when it comes to the Sky 4 power cam, pictures speak louder than words.
This is Scott Wallace reporting live from Sky 4. Texas DPS coming out with guns drawn. That's a live picture from Sky 4.
Don't you agree?
It's turned over and the truck just crashed.
When news breaks, nobody gets you closer than the Sky 4 power cam. Nobody.
People who devote their lives to justice and helping others. That's the stuff heroes are made of. Cesar Chavez used nonviolent means to fight for a better life for farm workers. His family had been migrant workers, and he saw the filthy conditions in which many families were forced to live. Chavez used education, prayer services, fasting, and boycotts to improve the living conditions and wages of farm workers. People who devote their energies to helping others. Real heroes. That's what we call them.
Injured life reaches back from the grave.
I want to help you.
To kill.
3 deaths in the last 4 weeks.
And kill again.
Be prepared. It gets ugly.
To catch a murderer. The legacy must close the gap between heaven and hell. On the next episode of Poltergeist: The Legacy.
Monday at 7 on Hot TV 27. Remember 1974? On Friday nights, you were probably watching
This is Jim Rockford. At the tone, leave your name and message. I'll get back to you.
The Rockford Files, with good old-fashioned fist fights, fast gas-guzzling cars, and even pay toilets. Well, the 70s may be over, but Rocky, Dennis, and Jim rock on.
Give me a dime. I'm going to crack you open like a piggy bank.
The Rockford Files are still hot, weeknights at 11:30 on Hot TV 27.
Folks, we're back here with the real short segment 5 here in Net Talk Live. This really is where we teach you how to do something, but real quick, we'll kind of clarify here. Peter Petrick, we were talking about, got a bunch of email because he just appeared on the show last week. He's one of our interns here, does web stuff. This is really a smart guy, ladies, and you can send his email. Please send it to jovan@nettalklive.com so I can read it first.
No. Peter at nettalklive.com.
So, Peter, what is your email, by the way?
Peter at nettalklive.com.
And, Peter, you were speaking Russian.
I was.
And you speak several languages.
I speak several languages. Originally, I'm from Slovakia, and I speak Slovak, Czech, Russian, German, and, of course, English.
All right. All right. And you're an information systems and IS guy?
Yes.
Is what you do, and that's what you're studying?
Yes, that's what I'm studying. I'll be graduating hopefully next year, and that's my major. That's what I do. I help out with the website at the show, and I help out here on Sunday as well.
All right. So look right there at the camera. Tell all the ladies thank you for the email. Please send me more.
Thank you very much.
Peter at Net Talk Live. Of course, you can send him more email if you want, ladies. And we did not realize this guy would get such a quick response from just being a camera passing by.
And Peter is I can speak for Peter. He really is a wonderful guy and very sweet and intelligent and great and wonderful. I just think I feel very lucky that he's part of our crew.
There you go. You got Laura's endorsement. You can't ask for better.
Is that 1 or 2 thumbs up?
2 thumbs up. Yeah, 4.
So, Dave, what do you got for us tonight, my friend?
We got a really good call last week that I couldn't address on the show because we didn't have enough time, but we got a call from a guy that wanted to know about system resources. And what this is, if you go into your Windows control panel, you can view how many system resources your computer has left open. And this resource is everything from processor time to how much memory you have to your disk caches, everything that makes Windows work as a whole.
Was this the question we got about my memory's leaking?
Yes. What he said was he'd loaded an application, and every time he loaded the application, the memory that he started with was larger than the memory that he ended up with. The example of this could be like After Dark Screensaver. This is one that has a memory hole or memory leak in it. When you run the screensaver, you'll have less memory when you get out of it than when you started before you ran it. And what happens is when people write code for these Windows programs, they use these complex languages that are higher level languages. And what they do is reserve blocks of memory inside your computer. Now your computer could have 8 or 16 megs of memory. What it says is the program wants a chunk between slot A and slot B. And it's going to take that chunk of memory out of Windows, and it'll use it just for that program. Well, if you have programs that aren't written very well, and you can't control this because the people write the programs, not you, what they can do is not release that chunk of memory. So every time you load it, it takes another chunk of memory. And Windows gets lost. It doesn't understand, where's all my memory going?
So how do you fix this?
Well, it's hard. You have to either... you
it
actually,
sounds hard.
Yeah,
Are you kidding?
You can't fix it. So what you have to do is reboot your computer. But what I have for you guys today, if you go to my hot sites, I've got a little bit better explanation on what a memory leak is. And I've got this program here, Resource Monitor, that'll give you a little graphical view of inside your computer and all your system resources in use. The only thing you can do to fix this, Jovan, is get a better program or reboot your computer.
And this is a free download.
It's a shareware program, but it's a free trial period. You can check out the system resources you have.
Anyway, you can go to our website and do that. You can download it under Dave's Hot Links for today's show. You can do that right over our website. When we come back, we're headed into the second hour. We've got a great entertainment segment. We're going to be talking about Siskel and Ebert and Con Air. Cool movie. Call your friends, tell them to tune in. We'll be right back right after this.
Hi, this is Brandon Brown, webmaster for Net Talk Live. I just want to thank you for surfing along on our website. Love you, Amy.
The Rangers, amazing people, incredible events. They're on real TV. This man has gone over Niagara Falls 7 times, but this time was different. He put a camera in the barrel. Then this elected bad boy from Brazil didn't like the cameraman taking his picture, so he tried to run him down. Plus, see what happens to these men on deck when a fighter jet misfires a rocket. Amazing eyewitness accounts of the worst naval jet accident. If it's on tape, it's on real TV.
Monday at 6:30 on Hot TV 27.
When severe weather strikes, severe warning for Parker. Be forewarned.
Yeah, that's the one that they're watching right now.
The most intense unless you go further south.
Yeah.
No warnings for Denton County at the present time. It's just going to be a rough afternoon.
Come to me after the open.
When you need to know.
There's a golf-ball-sized hail, wind gust at 70. 2 good-sized cells in the Stephenville at this point.
The forewarned weather team.
There is a chance for tornadic activity.
Good afternoon. I'm meteorologist Tim Helen at the Fox 4 Weather Center.
Nobody keeps you safer. On the next nights, demons are in control.
Coming to me! Coming to me!
Moving from body to body.
Oh, darkness.
And the possessed don't have a prayer.
Are we having fun yet?
Because the only way to drive out evil is to cross over to the other side.
But you died last year. How can I be here?
I've missed you, Mitch.
On the next nights, Baywatch nights.
Monday at 8 on Hot TV 27.
They rejoice in their young.
We must protect them.
They share as families.
God put them on this earth just like you and me.
They play as friends.
And He wants them to live.
They care for their elderly.
Please don't kill the elephants.
They cry for their dead.
Or soon they may all be gone, and they'll never come again.
To send an urgent message and stop the killing, please call 1-800-NO-IVORY now.
To Buzz.
If you could change anything about yourself, what would it be?
And get new teeth. Or not to Buzz.
So don't you buzz!
That is the question.
What's the biggest lie you ever told a guy?
I'm going out with my friends. Hi, I'm Andy Wood, host of Buzz, the game where fast-talking, quick-thinking singles get the date of their dream. So make a date with Buzz.
Weeknights at 11 on Hot TV 27.
Live from Dallas, Texas, broadcast worldwide. It's the world's first interactive triple cast. Watch on Hot TV KDFI Channel 27, the live broadcast from the studios of 570 KLIF Radio, and sent worldwide via AudioNet. It's Net Talk Live with your co-host, Laura Lewis. Gadget Guy, Dave Matthews. Webhead, Mark Markham. And your tour guide to the internet and host of Net Talk, Jovan. Net Talk Live is brought to you by Microsoft, developers of the world's leading computer software, including the internet's smartest web browser, Internet Explorer. Get smart. Download your free copy of Internet Explorer now. Communication Expo, your one-stop low-price communication superstore. Communication Expo, the first 20,000 square foot communication superstore. Visit us in North Dallas at Beltline and the Toll Road. Sponsored in part by CityView.com, your local information and entertainment source. Visit us on the World Wide Web at CityView.com. Follow along with the broadcast of Net Talk Live by going to our homepage at www.nettalklive.com. To send email during the show, address it to nettalk@nettalklive.com. So boot up your computer, grab your mouse, and join in the fun, learning about the internet and the World Wide Web.
Okay, folks, we're back here in the second hour of Net Talk Live, teaching you everything you need to know about the internet and the World Wide Web. We talked about it earlier. We've got several things going on. One of the ways, and the things actually we're going to be showing you in this next segment is we're going to be talking about how, if you've got a great story, how you can use the internet or the World Wide Web to get yourself on the Sally Show or the Geraldo Show or maybe the Jerry Springer Show or maybe Unsolved Mysteries or...
You should go on that one, Unsolved Mysteries.
Unsolved Mysteries?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we found my zip drive, so it doesn't matter.
Finally.
But it's actually, you can use the net to go to this. We're going to take you to a site that you can do this with, where you may become the next Oprah phenomenon, and you get to air your trash on public TV in front of 32 million homes.
Or you can come on Net Talk Live and do the same thing.
That's right. I wonder what my Uncle Lindy would say if he saw that
Golly.
photograph on the air. Anyway, we've got some great chat things coming up, and coming up in this segment as well, too, is we're going to be talking about Siskel and Ebert's cool website and stuff coming up, and the movie Con Air. Didn't you like Con Air?
Oh, wow.
What
Absolutely
a
great. It was
great
a great
flick.
ride.
What
great
a
ride.
great flick.
Yes.
Anyway, let's take a call real quick. Let's go to the 800 line. It's Bill in Louisville, Kentucky on KYCS.
Hey, Bill, welcome to the show tonight.
Well, thank you.
Hey.
Enjoy watching y'all, catching you late at night. I didn't realize it was right now.
Well, thank you.
Good. I got a question. I've been working on the internet for some time, but I can download information from a website and send it to the printer. But what I'd like to do is be able to dump it to a disk or somewhere area memory so that I can look at it at my own leisure later on, so I have to do it online, you know.
So you actually want to store the website on your hard drive so you can surf it at your leisure, right?
Yeah, all the pages, you know, as you look at the page and you see all the information that's there, it's usually a lot more than I have time to read all, you know, and I can capture it quicker than I can read it. I'd like to be able, not just to find the location, but to be able to read download the pages instead of dumping it into the printer.
You know, that's a good question. You know, Laura, did you know there's a way that you can do this?
No.
Imagine, you know, you go to a website, right, and you have to spend all this time online and different stuff like that, right?
Uh-huh.
There's a way that you can download a website to your hard drive so you can surf it basically offline.
That means move a site to your own computer at home.
Right, move a site to your own computer, and you can surf that site at home. It's much faster, and it's offline. This used to be really good for people that were on online services that charged by the hour.
Right.
And now you can actually do it on your own. Right, Luis? What are these programs called that do this?
Well, there's a couple of them. I know offhand, I know of one made by CE Software called Web Arranger. And what it'll do is you point to different sites and you tell them that you want the whole site. It actually will go down through the whole site, download it to your hard drive, and then you can browse it offline. So you can set your modem to do it, go have dinner, come back and your site is there. You can unplug your phone and you can use it to make a phone call if you only have one line in your house. There's a couple of others, but right now I can't think of any other.
So would he actually just go to a search engine, Luis, and type in Web Arranger and find where he could download it from the net?
Yeah, actually, you can go to www.cesoft.com, and that's where Web Arranger would be found. There's a couple of others, and I'm sure that you can find it either through Yahoo or Alta Vista Search. If you want me, I can do a search for some of them.
Actually, Dave, isn't there one called WebWhacker?
That's right. WebWhacker is one of them. We used it during a couple of our shows in the past where we were live and we didn't have telephone connections. You know what, Jovan? This program or this type of utility is so useful, and we talk about push utilities where push will bring the content to you. The future web browsers, when they come out, will incorporate this technology. So every morning at 8 o'clock, your computer can dial up your favorite website or your ISP, grab your favorite websites, and have it ready for you while you make the coffee.
So that kind of blows the hourly rates for some of those companies, right?
Exactly.
Well,
you still have some time online.
Well, some time, of course, but not as much time as if you would be surfing while you're online.
There's pictures to be downloaded and all that, so it takes a little time.
Yeah.
But the WebWhacker is one of the programs. Luis's is another one, and future web browsers will have this built in as well. So there's 3 options for you right there.
That is really, really good option. If they were just doing a generic search on the net, Dave, what would they ask for? What would this be called?
Offline web browsing. That's what it's called. That's the industry buzzword for it here.
Offline web browsing.
Yeah.
I like that.
That's a good one. Anyway, let's go to our next call. It's John calling from Arlington, Texas.
Hey, John. Welcome to Net Talk Live. John, are you there? You're on the air.
John.
Oh,
okay.
Nathan.
Oh,
are
I'm
you
sorry.
on the air?
Nathan.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm sorry about that. I pushed the wrong one.
No problem. I got a question about chatting over the computer. I know you can chat from computer to computer, but I thought I heard on the show before, can you chat from a computer to actual phone?
You mean talk through a computer to a telephone?
Right.
You can do this, Laura. We've talked about it on the show before. You can call. It's a big advent that's coming about from the net.
And we're not talking chat.
No, we're not talking chat. Just a wrong word there they used there. He meant chat as in talking.
Right.
You can use your computer to call another computer, just like a telephone, talk from computer to computer, and avoid long-distance charges. Remember, many shows ago, we took a call from Ireland that way.
Right.
No long-distance charges. But now there's a way you can call from your computer to a telephone. And you can talk to somebody on the telephone on the other end, and you don't have to have a computer. Right, Gadge? How does this work?
That's right. It uses the internet on your end. So if you have a multimedia computer, all you have to do is download the client, and I've got it here on my computer. It's called Net2Phone, and the URL for that is NET, the number 2, PHONE, just like it's up in the left-hand corner there, net2phone.com. What you do, download the program to your multimedia computer. Now, you have to have a sound card and all the gadgets and gizmos, and then tell the software to dial the normal telephone number, just like you dial it with your touchtone offline. And it'll handle all the gateways for you. You'll notice a little bit of lag. It'll sound kind of like I don't know if you've ever talked internationally over like a satellite call, but it'll sound kind of delayed, if you will. But it works, and it's pretty cheap, too. I don't know the exact rates here, but...
And they just go to net2phone.com, and they can download that software. Well, there you go, folks. That's a good place to go. Let's take another quick call. Let's go to line 3. It's John in Arlington, Texas now. I got the right one.
John.
Thanks for pushing the right button.
You're welcome, John.
No, what it is my question was, I've been going into some webs lately, and I'll click on something to show it, and it'll seem like it's loading forever.
Yeah.
And then it'll bring up a window that says that the operation has timed out. And I don't know what that is.
That's a good one, Luis. What happens when you go to a website and a window comes up that says operation timed out? What does that mean? That's happened to all of us.
Actually, pretty funny that you mentioned that because we're going to be talking about link rot. That basically means that you're pointing to a link that is no longer valid. Probably it's a server has gone down or they're down for the moment, so you're trying to access a web server that is no longer there. So it will try for a certain amount of time, and after a certain time, it will just time out on you and say, I couldn't connect to it. So I'm going to show you in the next segment how to prevent this link rot.
Another thing
that's a good one.
Another thing that happens when you try and do this, you could be trying to get the latest add-on, greatest whatever software from your favorite software company, and too many people are trying to attach to that website at the same time. They only have such a large connection to facilitate so many calls, and what's happening is your browser can't squeeze its call in past all the other browsers. So another good thing to do in that case is just try it again a couple minutes later, and you can get in.
And link rot, that's an interesting term. We're going to show you how
That is.
Luis is going to show you how to prevent link rot. Anyway, here we go now. One of the things we try to do here is now we've got all that technical stuff out of the way, we're going to have some fun. One of the key things on the internet and the World Wide Web is entertainment. How can you entertain yourself on the web? And the way we entertain ourselves is We put Georgia Foy here
That's
in the hot
right.
seat.
Hey.
So you were saying that you saw the family resemblance between my Uncle Lindy and me?
I was thinking that must have been your dad because y'all look, identical. He's just a little older.
You're too kind to me.
Thanks. I try.
You're too kind.
Thank you, George.
Anyway, let's go on to the next segment now. No.
I'm out of here. Bye.
So what you got for us? I know you got some cool stuff for us.
Yeah, all right. I looked into www.Siskel and Ebert, and what you can do, you find this on your computer, and you go down, and they have thumbs up or thumbs down. So I was looking for a movie, and I thought, hey, I'm like Batman'd out.
Yeah.
So I was going to do Batman, but I was like, God, any more about Batman, and I'm going to die. So I found Con Air, and I thought, cool, let's see. It's got 2 thumbs up. So what I did was went over to movies, www. He said www, and I started to laugh, and I just did it.
That's hard to say,
I'm just going to say .movies.com because y'all know the 3 W's, of course. Yeah, anyway, and found Con Air, and that, everybody said that has been the best movie, and it's got Nicolas Cage, of course.
It is
isn't this cool?
awesome.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you agree, Laura?
Yeah.
Awesome flick.
Excellent movie.
Well, you can scroll down and go to Shockwave, which is really cool, and you can see like some parts of the movie. Scroll on into Shockwave, and then you go into where it says Proceed, and there's some kind of cool stuff on here.
Look,
I was
there's
like,
a console.
hey now, isn't that
This is
fun?
a pretty high-tech
And you can scroll
looking
down a little
site.
bit more and go to Proceed, and then look what happens. I was having so much fun.
George is scrolling down with her
I'm
hand.
like, ooh, look.
Oh, now look.
Hey now, isn't that fun?
This is some pretty awesome graphics
okay, I know what
in
scene
this
that
site.
is.
Yeah.
I know that's the scene they're mimicking. He's helping his buddy. Okay, I got it.
Okay, this is the scene in the movie where he's helping his friend. This fellow that's on the ground here was actually. Do you know who he was?
No.
You haven't seen the movie
No.
yet, have you? If you've seen Com Air, the fellow you see on the ground there is the guy that played Bubba
On Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump.
Really?
This is shrimp sandwich, shrimp pizza, shrimp pizza, shrimp kebab.
Okay, well, let's
shrimp
move on.
with barbecue.
Anyway.
Michael T. Williams is his name. Anyway.
Well, so then I went over and wanted to find out some more about Nicolas Cage because, of course, he's in the movie. He's a star.
And he looks great, by the way.
And he's hot. You know, I got to find something about some girls, but I just keep seeing all these hot guys on the web, and I'm like, ooh. So anyway, I find out all this stuff about Nicolas Cage, and of course, we all know he's Francis Ford Coppola's nephew.
Nephew, right.
Yeah, and he decided he didn't want to ride his coattail, so he changed his name to Cage after like a comic flick or something. Cool, right? I would have wrote his coattail, but I guess he decided not to. And it's some really cool stuff though in here. If you scroll down a little bit, here I go with my hand again. But he actually has done so many crazy things in movies. Like he had teeth pulled. Actually, like for a movie, and he actually had like cockroaches for a movie. Actually, in a movie.
Oh, I heard that now.
right.
Yeah, this is a guy making millions of dollars. I'd be like, you get somebody else to eat the cockroaches.
You wouldn't eat a cockroach for a few $1 million?
I said if I was him, I wouldn't. I would, because I don't lie. But I'm saying if I was him, I wouldn't do it.
I ate tarantulas to get this gig.
That's what it takes to be a gadget.
But anyway, this is a really cool site because it says who he's romantically linked to. And I saw these people, and then I thought, oh, Sarah Jessica Parker. Well, let's see who she's linked to. And then everybody's like linked to everybody else, and I'm like, geez, look at this. So I kind of got that's some fun stuff. You can do that on your own, but you can see who all is linked to everybody else, and they're linked together.
The women that he has been
gone out with,
romantically linked to.
yeah. And you see who they're romantically linked to, and then it kind of turns into a big Hollywood circle.
Well, I like that.
Do any of those link to Dave?
Actually, yes. No.
Yeah, Sarah Jessica and I are like this.
Dave wishes.
No.
Dave only gets email from Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders in Miss Texas.
Yeah, and then he brags about it.
Okay.
You stud, you. What else you got on the site?
Okay, and then I was thinking, I'm feeling kind of eclectic. You know, I went to look at Festival Finder, which is a really cool site. You can kind of scroll down there, and you can find out what's hot in different cities, or you can go to if you want to look at it that way, you can look at like blues, country.
I see it there. You can actually go to find out what's going on in your city.
Right, in your city, in what week, what time period.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah,
now.
that's really cool.
Like a folk festival.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
I really
Alternative,
like festivals
right.
myself.
country,
Yeah.
eclectic, rock, folk, jazz,
Yeah, there's a
classical,
lot of cool stuff.
blues. Very good.
Yeah, so I thought that's kind of cool. Find
So you
out what's
can-
going on your week.
So you can kind of find
city.
out what's going on in your city at any
Right.
time, whatever your musical taste may
That's
be.
right. I had it in my Birkenstock, so I said, hey, let's go for eclectic. All right.
That was pretty good. And especially here they had in Dallas, they just had, yesterday and the day before yesterday?
Yeah.
Rock Fest.
Love Fest.
300,000 fans.
April talked about it. Last week's show, April Prohaska from AudioNet talked about how they were going to be serving up that site to the world. But there were still 300,000 people jammed here in Dallas,
and
Texas.
14 miles of traffic or something like that.
It was unbelievable.
It
crazy.
was, and Dave, you went.
I was stuck within the masses. It was like little ants. We sat up in we tried to get down to the grandstands. Too hard. We stayed up in the upper stands and it looked like ants swarming everywhere. It was unreal.
Pretty awesome. Pretty awesome.
That was
Well,
great,
Georgia, great
Georgia.
job.
Well, thanks.
Thanks a lot.
Thank
Good stuff.
you.
When we come back, we're going to teach you. We're going to find out. My Uncle Lindy has teeth rot. We're going to see if you have link rot. If you got link rot, we're going to fix it. And if you look like my Uncle Lindy, we're going to get you on Sally Jesse Raphael over the net. We're going to show you how that works. Oh, when Net Talk Live returns after this very quick break.
Hi, this is Cheryl Wall, Public Relations with Net Talk Live. Thanks for tuning in, and please keep watching.
Next on Spring.
You came here and dumped me.
They came to try and save their relationships. They went home alone.
I was planning to tell her the truth.
Dumped on Spring. A look back at some clean separations and some messy breakups. They got dumped on Spring.
I'm probably going to leave here with Michelle.
Next, Jerry Springer.
Monday at 9 on Hot TV 27.
It doesn't matter who you are or where you come from in the Army National Guard. If you want to serve your country, if you can spend 1 weekend a month and 2 weeks a year of intense training to be ready when your community needs you, then call 1-800-GO-GUARD and become part of a team that will help you achieve everything you can.
Could brag about having Dallas's first helicopter power cam or having the most experienced helicopter news team. But when it comes to the Sky 4 power cam, pictures speak louder than words.
This is Scott Wallace reporting live from Sky 4. Texas DPS coming out with guns drawn. That's a live picture from Sky 4.
Don't you agree?
It's turned over and the truck just crashed.
When news breaks, nobody gets you closer than the Sky 4 power cam. Nobody.
Remember 1974? On Friday nights, you were probably watching
This is Jim Rockford. At the tone, leave your name and message. I'll get back to you.
The Rockford Files, with good old-fashioned fist fights, fast gas-guzzling cars, and even pay toilets. Well, the 70s may be over, but Rocky, Dennis, and Jim rock on.
Give me a dime. I'm going to crack you open like a piggy bank.
The Rockford Files are still hot, weeknights at 11:30 on Hot TV 27.
On the next FX. When a Broadway star is the target of a stalker,
Anything happens to her and there'll be no show.
Raleigh substitutes Lucinda in the lead.
The show must go on.
Can they stop him?
He's in the theater right now, like this minute. He's got a knife.
Angie, give me everything you got.
Kevin Dobson and Cameron Dotto star on the next FX The Series.
Tuesday at 7 on Hot TV 27.
We're back. It's the world's best live triple cast. If you or your company needs an exciting and effective website created, then you need the best web development team in the business. The cast and crew of Net Talk Live. Net Talk Live will create a highly effective website for you or your business. Just give us a call at 800-673-3836. That's 800-673-3836. Follow along with the broadcast of Net Talk Live by going to our homepage at www.nettalklive.com. To send email during the show, address it to nettalk@nettalklive.com.
All right, we're back here in the second hour of Net Talk Live. This is what's officially called segment 7 of our show. We're a 2-hour show. It's about 8 minutes long, where we're teaching you everything you need to know about the internet and the World Wide Web. Let me give you some phone numbers real quick. We apologize. They're busy all the time, but that's the way they go. That's why you don't hear me say them sometimes on the show. I don't call out the phone numbers because it's just busy, but you just praise us and redial. Anyway, if you're in the state of Texas, it's 214-787-1570. And if you're outside of the state of Texas, give us a call, 800-583-1570. And you can follow along on our website at www.nettalklive.com or send us email. We love getting your emails to nettalk@nettalklive.com. Coming up in this segment, Luis is going to teach you how to get rid of link rot like we talked about. And Laura, Chinese herbs have been around for thousands and thousands of years,
Absolutely,
right? And
yes.
you're going to show us a website on that too, right?
I
Anyway,
sure am.
Let's take a quick call real quick. Let's go to the 800 line. It's a call from Lima, Ohio, tuning in on WOHL. It's Ann.
Hi, Ann. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Ann, you're on the air. You have a question for everybody on Net Talk Live.
Something's wrong with my Internet Explorer page.
Okay.
When I go to bring it up, I don't get the picture where I used to.
Mm-hmm.
And I called Prodigy, and they just told me to hit the maximize down in the corner to bring the page back up. But it used to come up automatically.
Okay, let's see if I understand what happens here. Is you're using Prodigy, you have Internet Explorer as your web browser, okay? When you fire it up to get ready to surf the net, it's not there at all. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
It's just disappeared somewhere.
Yeah, now the taskbar is on the side from Prodigy, but the page is not there.
And the whole entire page is missing.
Yeah.
You called Prodigy technical support, and they said what?
To hit maximize down there in the corner to bring the page up.
And did you try that?
Yeah, but, I have to do it every time, and I shouldn't have to. It used to come up by itself.
Okay, so it's an easy little switch. Gadget. Has she flipped the wrong gadget? What's happened?
Okay, there's an option on Windows that says start as minimized. And if you find the icon on your computer, hold down the Alt key and press Enter, and that'll show you the properties for that program. Look for little check marks, run minimized. Uncheck that checkbox, and then it'll come up maximized. That's probably just all the problem lies in.
So let's go through that one more time. When it's minimized down in the corner, right, Dave?
Well, she'll have to find the icon on the desktop or wherever that icon sits. Then, or in the Windows Explorer, if you will. Once you find the icon, highlight it. Just left-click on it once. You can either right-click and slide down to Properties, or hold down the Alt key and press Enter, and that'll blow up the properties for that icon. And within there, you've got several options, one of them being Run as Minimized. What this means is it'll run it, and it'll throw it to the bottom of the screen. You'd want to do this if you had a little clock or a counter or something that you didn't need to view. We all know that the web's interactive, so we want that to be in full screen mode. So by unselecting that Run as Minimized, it'll run it in full screen mode.
And that should figure up. How could something like that happen, Dave, that makes it trash and minimized?
Well, it could be a little glitch in the software, or chances are somebody was just in there poking buttons and turned on that little checkbox.
Uh-oh, that could happen. Anyway, let's go to line 2. It's Alfredo in Mesquite, Texas.
Hey, Alfredo. Welcome to Net Talk Live.
Hi.
Hey.
I was wondering if I could get a little more information on 3D satellite imaging on level 0.
3D satellite information on level 0. Gadget. What the hell is that?
I'm Secret Agent Gadget, and I'm not sure if I can reveal that information right now. So, what do you want to see with satellites? You want to see weather, or do you want to see, like, zoom-in pictures of license plates from a digital satellite? What are we doing here?
Well, I already have the hardware where you can actually see the weather and all that. Actually, I downloaded it. But I'm trying to get more information. Actually, I know it's a little bit expensive, like the software or maybe the hardware. I can actually use the level 0. I think it's level 4 where you can get the weather deal, stuff like that.
So you want to zoom in when I'm driving down the road and see my little truck?
Yeah, is that available to the public?
Not at all.
My God.
You've been watching too many movies. Did you ever see the movie The Saint? I think you need to return that to Blockbuster.
This guy's asking like he's looking for software that the government has.
Right. There is no way today that the government will even let you get near that stuff. So
Alfredo.
Yeah.
What'd they put in your sauce tonight, man, that made you ask for this? Where'd you even think you could get a hold of this?
Well, I thought on the internet there's it's called Mobile Map, where you can actually get a geographical 3D image.
Right.
You can actually use walk, like with mountains and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
And I think that's level 1. And they say you can get level 0, but you have to sign some papers and talk to some military guy.
Oh, gosh.
No, you
Yeah,
can't.
security clearance. And you have to move to Waco, name your ranch Mount Carmel, and you can get it. You know what you need to do, Alfredo? You need to send us an email of where you found this one saying that you could do the mountain at level 1. We'll investigate it for you. And if there's something there that you can really do this nifty spy stuff, Gadget, will you cover it on the air?
I will, but this is the best thing you can do is MapQuest and look at street level with little cartoon drawings because you just cannot do this stuff. The government won't let you.
That's pretty good. So that's some pretty weird stuff.
Pretty strange.
But, you know, talking about something just good and great, Chinese herbs been around for thousands of years.
Right. I want to
Here you are, Miss Holistic Health.
Yeah,
what do you got for us?
I'm really into health, and I like this site a whole lot. Laura, if we can pull it up. Basically, this is, if you want to scroll on down, Institute for Traditional Medicine, which it kind of surprised me what this site was about. It really was about Chinese medicine, Chinese herbs. All these categories, got a really cute little moving GIF on the left-hand side there. But what I want to do is go in and show you the different categories for patient information about Chinese medicine. Let's click on that, Laura, if we will. And we can scroll on down, and we have a variety of different categories here, Javon. Introduction to Chinese herbs, an intro to acupuncture. There are even natural therapies for menopause here, treatment of all sorts of different things. I want to show you an example of what you would find, Javon. It's very well organized. You want to click on there on the intro to Chinese herbs. You don't even know the first thing about them. You can actually read all of highly legitimate research here about what Chinese herbs are all about.
Are you telling me that you can find remedies for all the problems you may have on this site?
Disclaimer right up front, you better check with your physician, or maybe you have somebody that's more naturally oriented.
I got a question
before
for
you
you.
delve into that, but it's really interesting.
During the break, we got to take a look. Laura, Dean, can you tell me, can we fix this? If you have this problem, can you go to this Chinese herb
I don't
site
think so.
and fix this? When we come back, we're going to talk more about Laura's Chinese herb site. We're going to fix your home over the net. Can you find out things to do? We're going to chat with Patti LaBelle and some soap opera stars. We're going to tell you how to do that, all when Net Talk Live returns right after this.
I'm Mitch Rick, Gadget Intern and Assistant Lighting Director here at Net Talk Live. Just like to thank you for watching the show and tune in and tell all your friends.
On the next Heat of the Night.
We're looking for a man who murdered a prostitute.
Tibbs takes on a witness.
What I do best, I do lying flat on my back.
She knows something.
Gillespie goes after a suspect.
I'm gonna make you wish you never saw this tape. I don't have to put up with it. Chief.
And the town's at the mercy of a madman.
Police, open up! One girl is dead. He was beaten and strangled.
In the heat of the night.
Monday at 4 on Hot TV 27.
When severe weather strikes,
Severe warning for Parker.
be forewarned.
Yeah, that's the one that they're watching right now.
The most intense unless you go further south.
Yeah.
No warnings for Denton County at the present time. It's just going to be a rough afternoon.
Come to me after the open.
When you need to know.
They're saying all-size hail, wind gust at 70. 2 good-sized cells in the Stephenville at this point.
The forewarned weather team.
There is a chance for tornadic activity.
Good afternoon. I'm meteorologist Tim Heller in the Fox 4 Weather Center.
Nobody keeps you safer.
You see me with sports heroes all the time. Take a moment to meet a hero who shaped our history. Matthew Henson was chosen by Robert Peary to accompany him on 7 expeditions exploring the Arctic and on a final dash to the North Pole in 1909. Henson's parents died when he was young, but he went on to become a seaman, author, and adventurer. Expert dog driver, master mechanic, and friend to the Eskimos, Henson was indispensable in the quest for the pole. Makes me cold just to think about it, but that's what heroes are made of.
An injured life reaches back from the grave.
I want to help you.
To kill.
3 deaths in the last 4 weeks.
And kill again.
Be prepared. It gets ugly.
To catch a murderer. The legacy must close the gap between heaven and hell. On the next episode of Poltergeist: The Legacy.
Monday at 7 on Hot TV 27.
To buzz.
If you could change anything about yourself, what would it be?
And get new teeth. Or not to buzz.
So don't you buzz!
That is the question.
What's the biggest lie you ever told a guy?
I'm going out with my friends.
Hi, I'm Annie Wood, host of Buzz, the game where fast-talking, quick-thinking singles get the date of their dream. So make a date with Buzz.
Weeknights at 11 on Hot TV 27.
On the next FX. When a Broadway star is the target of a stalker,
Anything that happens to her, and there'll be no show.
Raleigh substitutes Lucinda in the lead.
The show must go on.
Can they stop him?
He's in the theater right now, like this minute.
He's got a knife.
Angie, give me everything you got.
Kevin Dobson and Cameron Autostar on the next FX The Series.
Tuesday at 7 on Hot TV 27.
From Dallas, Texas, broadcast worldwide, it's the world's first interactive triple cast. Watch on Hot TV KDFI Channel 27, the live broadcast from the studios of 570 KLIF Radio, and sent worldwide via AudioNet. It's Net Talk Live with your co-host, Laura Lewis. Gadget Guy, Dave Matthews. Webhead, Mark Markham. And your tour guide to the internet and host of Net Talk, Jovan. Net Talk Live is brought to you by Microsoft, developers of the world's leading computer software, including the internet's smartest web browser, Internet Explorer. Get smart. Download your free copy of Internet Explorer now. Communication Expo, your one-stop low-price communication superstore. Communication Expo, the first 20,000 square foot communication superstore. Visit us in North Dallas at Beltline and the Toll Road. Sponsored in part by cityview.com, your local information and entertainment source. Visit us on the World Wide Web at cityview.com. Follow along with the broadcast of Net Talk Live by going to our homepage at www.nettalklive.com. To send email during the show, address it to nettalk@nettalklive.com. So boot up your computer, grab your mouse, and join in the fun, learning about the internet and the World Wide Web.
We're back here to segment 8 of Net Talk. Net Talk Live.
What was that?
Not. I was talking.
Netlock?
Netlock. Don't you know that? Netlock. It's about this attorney. He's in Mississippi, and he solves all his cases using the net. It's Netlock.
That was good.
Anyway, welcome back to the show here. I promised you that we're going to talk about a site. We're going to talk about a site in a minute where you can literally get, this is absolutely amazes me, but you can get on Sally Jesse Raphael and some of these shows. This is how you submit your stories over the internet, the World Wide Web, to, should we say, see if you can become one of those great people on these shows and stuff. But anyway, Laura, I want to punch up a surprise call for you.
Oh, okay.
We have Peter Gabriel on the line. No, I'm only joking. No.
Don't do that to me. Jeez.
Anyway, no, as we do giveaways, you remember the giveaway we did for the All-Star football camps?
Right.
And I think it's allstarcamps.com. Is that right, Brandon? Allstarcamps.com is the site. We gave away 4 scholarships to go to football camps.
For young boys.
For young boys from 7 to 14, and they get to go, do workouts and instructions like Troy Aikman and different,
right.
football celebrities and stuff, teaching them how to play football. It's a really cool thing. And we gave it out. We had our viewers come in and enroll and stuff. And on the line, we have Mark Thompson, who was one of the winners and for the summer camp giveaway. And he actually won for his grandson, Josh. Mark, you there?
I'm here.
How you doing, buddy?
Hey, I'm doing fantastic.
Hi, Mark.
Hi, Laura.
Hey.
So
tell us about your grandson and stuff. Mark, how long you been following our broadcast?
I've been following you ever since we came to Texas in late '94, and you all went on the air.
All right. Yeah, you've been a long time one. So where are you from outside of the state of Texas?
Well, I was born and raised up in Oklahoma, but slid south to Texas.
All right. So tell us about your grandson, Josh, here, and this football camp, and I hear he's pretty excited about it.
Oh, he's terrific as far as being excited. Even more so, he came down in late 1994 with juvenile rheumatoid arthritis.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
And in fact, he could hardly even move without excruciating pain.
Mm.
Scottish Rite Hospital got him back on the road to recovery. He's now back where he can play some basketball and football. And his favorite team, of course, was the Cowboys.
All right.
He and his dad both know all the players, the stats, and you name it. And without Net Talk Live and Premier All-Star Camps, this wouldn't have been possible.
Oh.
And he's getting to go to camp and stuff.
He thinks he's died and and gone to heaven.
All right.
So
That's
great.
cool. I love
so
stories
great.
like that. That's awesome.
So
Oh, he's so tickled tonight. He's floating about 6 feet up.
that's fantastic. So, Mark, tell Josh hi for us. Give us a call back and tell us how it went at the camp. And, Mark, we really appreciate you following on with the broadcast and being a loyal viewer.
Hey, we appreciate Net Talk Live.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Isn't that great, Laura? That's
Yeah,
what
is.
it's all about, and stuff we can do like that. I really like to hear stories like that.
I know. It's
I
really
think it's really
great.
good. Anyway, let's take a real quick call and then we're going to go to I've told you about how you can get on these talk shows.
Right.
It's called
I want to know why.
It's called the National Talk Show Guest Registry. I got this idea when I looked at that photo of my Uncle Lindy.
No. Have mercy.
Anyway, let's go to our next call. Let's go to the 800 line. It's Dennis calling from Naples, Florida, and WSWF-TV 10.
Hey, Dennis.
Hi, how are you?
Great. How are you?
Good.
Good.
I have a problem. I have a virus on my computer, and I was wondering what antivirus I should use, and if you knew what the Form virus was.
The Form, F-O-R-M?
Yeah.
Ah, I don't know that I've heard about that one. Dave, what's the Form virus, my friend?
Jovan, have been staying pretty clean lately. So I don't know the Form virus, but I can sure tell him a good. Jovan just can't believe that one. What the program that we like to distribute on our NetTalk CD-ROMs is McAfee virus check, and I'm trying to pull it up on my computer here. It's pulling up slowly right
that
now.
guy sounds like John Malkovich, the one on the phone.
You think he sounds like John Malkovich?
I think so.
So Dennis, have you seen Con Air yet?
No, but my sister did, and she's seen it twice, and she said it was the best movie she saw lately.
Doesn't it sound like
it
him?
isn't a great movie.
Yeah.
So, what was one of the lines John Malkovich said in the movie?
Oh, I don't know. It's things we can't say
Maybe
on
I'm trying to
normal
think.
TV.
Let me see. Can you say, if you're gonna, if you, no.
You're gonna blah 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 blah.
So, Gadge, have you pulled up McAfee? It's McAfee, M-A-C or M-C?
M-C-A-F-E-E. Luis, do you have it up on your machine?
No, I can't pull it up either.
Okay, they're cleaning
link rot.
Yeah, no, they got a virus, obviously.
One of my sites, one of my hot sites this week is about hoaxes. Oh my gosh.
Easy for you to say,
I know.
Luis.
And the virus scans. So if you go to my hot sites, you can actually check to see if this Form virus is actually a hoax, or because it might not be a real virus. So that might be one thing you want to check.
That is a good idea. So, Dave, he should just go to McAfee.com.
Go to mcafee.com, and from there, they've got a neat browser. It's kind of like a plug-in, an add-in. And what it'll do is it'll check your email for you. It'll check all the good stuff that could be a potential virus. So it's probably the best one out there right now.
Since we're talking about the link rot thing, that's something that happens a lot on the web, and this might not be a link rot. This might be just because they're busy. But there's a way that you can, as a webmaster, prevent a link rot on your page, which is something that happens so often, especially people that have a lot of links on their page. And if I can show you real quick here how you can prevent this. There is a site called Net Mechanic, and that's on my hot sites this week. This is an awesome site for webmasters. What you need to do is go to www.netmechanic.com. And here you have two choices. You can do an HTML validation, which basically goes through your whole HTML code and just make sure that it's compliant to either version 3.2, whatever version, even for both browsers, Microsoft Internet Explorer and Netscape. My favorite one is the link testing. If you click on link testing, let me increase the font in here so you can see it. You have a couple of choices or things to fill out. If you put your URL or your address of your web page, you tell it what kind of scope you want. You want to do that page, the whole page. You want it to do it in the foreground and the background. Then you give them your email address. They will go and check your site for all those links. And if they're all valid, it will say they're okay. If they're not valid, they'll tell you which ones are rotted, which ones are dead.
You could use this if you were a webmaster, right?
That's right.
And you could actually go ask the net mechanic to go check out your entire site
the
and say,
entire
hey, it's
site.
rotting.
Exactly, which is great because sometimes sites are very complicated. You give it the top address and it'll go down all the way and check all the links on that site, and it will tell you which ones are good or not. And if you have a lot of links, that's very helpful.
You know, we're going to have to do that on our site. It would be real interesting to, even we stay on top of it, to see how many links on our site have rotted.
Oh, I'm sure there's going to be a couple because sites change all the time. They go up, they go down. So it's not an uncommon thing to do.
That'd be a really good one to check out. Let's take one more very quick call. Let's go to line 3. It's Robert calling in from Kemp, Texas.
Hey, Robert. Welcome to the show.
Hey, thank you. I really like y'all's show.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You have a question?
Yes, my question is, periodically when I'm surfing AOL, either with the Internet Explorer browser or with AOL's browser, a little block will come up that says this program has performed an illegal operation and will be shut down.
I was going to ask you guys that question, too, tonight. I really was.
And you cannot go anywhere or do anything until you click OK, and then it'll click you offline.
And yeah, that's what happened to me today when I was surfing about 10 times, Giovanna. It was just driving me nuts.
And
What's
then it
going
crashed.
on?
So, Dave, what's the explanation for this of why it's just booting you off?
This could be two problems. First of all, under AOL, you can't, or it's hard to get a true connection to the internet. So what could be happening is it's trying to make AOL sit up and do tricks, and it's not able to. Laura, her instance might be a corrupt, what's called a helper file or a DLL file. These little DLLs sit all over the hard drive, and they help out the programs. And if one of these gets corrupt, it'll cause this illegal operation. Or I've even seen websites that have some really tricky code in it. Maybe it's code written for one browser, not another. And as soon as your browser sees that funky bit of code, bam, pops out, and it gives you this illegal operation.
Any way to fix it?
Two things. Go with the real ISP instead of AOL. That'll help out with some of the problems. Next thing, the application that's giving you that problem, reinstall it and add these new helpers. Give a little refreshing spring cleaning on your helper files.
And one more thing you might want to check is if you're using Internet Explorer through AOL, make sure that on your options you have said that you want to use JavaScript or Java, because what might happen is you might have that off, and they might be trying to send you some JavaScript or Java applications or GIF animations.
And
you
it
have
can't
that
read it, and it thinks something's broken.
So that might be another way to try.
That's a good one. So speaking of helpers, it's time to help out on some chat here.
Absolutely.
Chat Chick, Kim Adams, Chat Chick, what do you got going
Chick,
on
what I
tonight?
have, well, under
You know, there's
Chat
something
Chick's-
about Chat Chick I just want to say. Chat Chick.
You do. I like that.
Her teeth.
That's right.
Under my hot sites for tonight, actually, Luis was just talking about net mechanics. I've got body mechanics. Laura, you asked me to find some health sites and fitness sites, and I found that. But the interesting thing, this is a chat site, but what I found interesting under it was Cyber Diet, okay? And what you can do on this, you can go into the Cyber Diet and you can list like the amount of calories you want to eat for the day, and you click on Go, and it's going to break down different snacks, different lunches, different meals that you can have.
This is in my Hot Sites archives. You can find it way back
is it
when.
really? Oh,
but not
interesting.
the part you're going to talk about. Isn't there a chat in there? Or
There's
something?
a chat in there also.
Yeah.
But I thought the Cyber Diet part was very interesting about it. But yeah, there's a muscle chat. You can talk about muscles and fitness and all kinds of that stuff. Then I've got my celebrity chat, which is about Patti LaBelle. And Patti LaBelle's going to be chatting tomorrow night at 10 o'clock Eastern Time from this NBC.com chat site.
Very good.
Yes, yes. And then also down a little bit during next week, some soap stars are going to be chatting. From Days of Our Lives and Another World.
So you always wonder when they do this if they're really there. You know what I mean? Is it really them?
Yes.
Is it like their agent? Whatever. You know what I mean?
it's them.
They're there. They're there.
How can
They
you
have somebody else
validate that,
typing
though?
for them, of course.
Who is the celebrity? There's a celebrity right now, or a singer or something. She actually had somebody in, it was on America Online, had somebody in the delivery room doing chat as she was giving birth, describing the delivery of her baby. Who was that?
I heard about that.
Oh, and that was
was
all
that?
fake.
No, it was real.
No. Are you sure? You sure?
Dennis Rodman? No.
There was somebody from the Baywatch.
That's right.
And that was all fake.
Was that a hoax?
It was a hoax.
I got suckered then.
Well, then there's all transcripts from different chats too, so you can go check that out. And I've got one more thing to tell you about. One
All
more
right.
thing.
Give us a little preview real quick.
What it's about websites and how you can increase your productivity having a chat site on a website.
Oh, very good. Well, when we come back, we're going to tell you about this talk show registry, how you can get on the talk show. We're going to tell you about the Cult of Jovan. Are you a member of the Cult of Jovan? How do you know? How do you find out if you're a member of the Cult of Jovan? Well, we're going to tell you what it is. It's a cool website. All when Net Talk Live returns.
Hi, this is MP Welch, Assistant Director of Net Talk Live. Thanks for watching the show and tell all your friends about us. Hi, Rhonda.
Amazing people, incredible events. They're on real TV. This man has gone over Niagara Falls 7 times, but this time was different. He put a camera in the barrel. Then this elected bad boy from Brazil didn't like the cameraman taking his picture, so he tried to run it down. Plus, see what happens to these men on deck when a fighter jet misfires a rocket. Amazing eyewitness accounts of the worst naval jet accident. If it's on tape, it's on real TV.
Monday at 6:30 on Hot TV 27.
could brag about having Dallas's first helicopter power cam or having the most experienced helicopter news team. But when it comes to the Sky 4 power cam, pictures speak louder than words.
This is Scott Wallace reporting live from Sky 4. Texas DPS coming out with guns drawn. That's a live picture from Sky 4.
Don't you agree?
It's turned over and the truck just crashed.
When news breaks, nobody gets you closer than the Sky 4 power cam. Nobody. On the next nights, demons are in control.
Coming to me! Coming to me!
Moving from body to body.
It's the power of darkness.
And the possessed don't have a prayer.
Are we having fun yet?
Because the only way to drive out evil is to cross over to the other side.
But you died last year. How can I be here?
I've missed you, Mitch.
On the next nights, Baywatch nights.
Monday at 8 on Hot TV 27.
Last season, my peers voted me outstanding player in the American League. As a kid, sometimes your peers try to pressure you to do things that are wrong, like smoke, drink, steal, or join a gang. Be your own person. Your peers will look up to you for being strong and smart enough to do the right thing.
Violence. Don't play that game.
Remember 1974? On Friday nights, you were probably watching
This is Jim Rockford. At the tone, leave your name and message. I'll get back to you.
The Rockford Files, with good old-fashioned fist fights, fast gas-guzzling cars, and even pay toilets. Well, the 70s may be over, but Rocky, Dennis, and Jim rock on.
Give me a dime. I'm going to crack you open like a piggy bank.
The Rockford Files are still hot, weeknights at 11:30 on Hot TV 27.
Gotcha.
Did they catch me there coming back to the show live? I'm kind of telling them, hey, we can get this car, because all the calls are fired up, and I was firing away telling Pete Horenis in the master control booth which ones we can get to. Anyway, Kim, you were telling us about chat sites and
That's
something about
right.
increasing productivity?
Yes, I was doing a little research, and I was reading about how web experts say that if you have online communities, that you can jack up your hits, your website, by up to 50%. Of course, it takes a little bit more time and money and investment into your site, but it can really up those people coming to your site.
If you provide a chat vehicle in the site.
And
That's
also,
right.
and what would be the relevance? Why would you want to increase the hits? You know, for people out there who are brand new to this.
It's real simple. More hits, especially if you got a commerce site, means more people to it, more chances to sell, more
money.
chances to get your information out, and it's payola,
For
guys.
is it advertising on the site,
That's right,
basically?
absolutely.
Okay.
And they also stay up to 4 times longer. So that's a huge...
So chat people are very valuable.
That's correct.
Good point. Anyway, let's go to our next call. Let's
Thank
go
you,
to Dave in Waxahachie, Texas.
Hey, Dave, welcome to the show.
It's Jay.
Jay. Hey, Jay. Dave Jay. What's going on?
I'm in the market for a new computer.
Okay.
Right.
And I was looking through the morning news the other day, and it had something about a dual Pentium. What exactly is this?
A dual Pentium.
Dual Pentium. Sounds fancy.
If you go out and you look at the magazines right now, Laura, all the magazines on the bookshelves, computer magazines, they all say this dual Pentium stuff going on, and Pentium 2. But dual Pentium's a little different. Dave, what's a dual Pentium?
Jovan
I know you bought one of these because I
That's
went
right.
with you.
Jovan was with me when I bought one of these, and he's like, what in the heck are you doing? What this is it's a motherboard, which is the brains of your computer, with 2 sockets on it for 2 CPUs, or Intel processors. So what it'll let you do is run twice as much horsepower on an application. Now, only operating systems that support this are the Unix flavors and Windows NT. You cannot use Windows 95 on a dual Pentium machine. Windows 95 does not recognize it. So what I would do is get either an MMX motherboard or a Pentium 2 motherboard. Pentium 2 meaning the 2nd generation of Pentium.
Dave, why would you want a dual Pentium anyway, real quick?
If you run Windows NT or any kind of Unix as a server, this is the hardcore stuff, and I've got a big NT server at my house. So I want twice as much processing power to get things done faster.
That's what makes you the gadget, because you
That's
have
right.
a dual Pentium server at your house.
The power to crash twice as fast.
That's right.
At his house. Anyway, let's go to the 800 line. We have Tate joining us from Ontario, Oregon, tuning in on KO40G.
Hey, Tate, welcome to the show. You're on Net Talk Live.
Yes, I've been calling about. See, I've been having a problem with this internet services. I've been using.
You need to turn down your TV or radio, by the way. Turn it down.
That way we don't get it.
That's why he's freaking out. He's going, oh my God, listen to my voice.
Anyway, Tate, what's your question, man?
Yeah, I've been. I downloaded your internet, Microsoft Internet Explorer.
Right.
And I was using somebody else's computer.
Right.
Cause I wanted to see what your deal was like. And
Right.
Anyways, I was trying to get email on it.
Right.
I managed to screw it up, or somehow I can't get it to run the internet from Netscape. I was trying to
Jovan, gosh.
transfer it.
Okay.
Dave?
I ascertained some knowledge.
Ontario, Canada. What is this?
He was calling from satellite. I think he had a net-to-phone gateway. That's right. What he's trying to do, he probably had an older mail program, and as he tries to install our NetTalk Live mail program, it's not doing the conversion for him. And if you have Netscape, if you're using Netscape's mailer, when you do the NetTalk Live install, Jovan, doesn't take all your email out of the Netscape folder, and it converts everything. It converts your bookmarks, your email, the whole ball of wax for you. But something did not convert right because he's like calling from satellite. The transmission didn't work right. But this is kind of what I talked about at the beginning of the show. What you can do is take all that old email, if you want to save it and archive it under your new mail program. Once you have the new mail program set up correctly with all your servers, then just forward the mail back to yourself, and then you can capture it in your new mail program.
Well, hopefully that helps Tate out. Anyway, folks, I want to draw your attention to two quick websites. I'm going to cover this here before we go out on the broadcast. Ready? The first one is called the National Talk Show Guest Registry. I talked about it. You can find it on our hot sites under Jovan's favorites hot sites. Wrong site, guys. National Talk Show Guest Registry is the one we're going to go to. This way, you can actually go in, you can fill out information, and you can be on, ready for this? The Maury Povich Show, CNN Showbiz Today, Talkback Live, NBC's TV Nation, Extra, Current Affair, Freedom Speaks, Sally Jesse Raphael, Maury Povich, Rolanda, who's not on there, Lisa, A Current Affair, Unsolved Mysteries, Sightings, and Extra.
All right.
I think Tate was on Sightings one time talking over satellite. But you can fill out your information, and they select whether or not you can be a guest. It's a cool way to get on the air, so if you got a great story, do it. Now I want to show you one more. This is from one of our fans. Dave, do you know the guy's name?
This is from Chuck. Chuck does an awesome job doing this, too.
This guy watches our show every week, and he has created basically an online version of the National Enquirer for Net Talk Live. And you haven't seen this?
No.
It's awesome. And it's basically called the Net Talk Live Enquirer, and they have all of us there.
Jovan, the what? Laura, the what? What's that down there?
It's Jovan, the moderator.
Laura, the Inquisitor. Gadget Guy, the Instigator. And MacMan, the Terminator. Anyway, let's go back and look at one of these sites. We look at one of the episodes and stuff. I'm going to do this real quick. Remember when I had the CD? We're talking about the Net Talk Live CD that had the... remember when I stuck it on my head? I stuck it on my head, and it's talking about the cult of Jovan exposed. And it's a pretty funny thing going on. And then you scroll down, and it goes to the next one. It shows the old Mark Markham on the show. It says, was he abducted by aliens? No, we just cleaned house. And then goes down to the next one. Keep on scrolling down there, and there's Laura. The same night you talked about your pendant. Right. And it says, this is how Laura mesmerizes audience. Look, you can't get to it right now because we have crashed the server. So many people have run to it. Just keep it in your sights and mark it. Luis, great show.
Thanks, Jovan.
Dave,
thanks.
Fantastic show.
Everybody, go to my hot site. You, sitting at home, can vote for the next Miss Texas.
Laura, great
see
show.
you guys live in 2 weeks.
Okay, next week's a rerun. It's going to be a real good one. We love you. We'll see you the week after that. Tell your friends. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Take care.
This has been Net Talk Live. Net Talk Live is a presentation of AudioNet, the broadcast network on the internet. 570 KLIF, home of the Talk Team, and Hot TV KDFI, Channel 27. Net Talk Live is brought to you by Microsoft. developers of the world's leading computer software, including the Internet's smartest web browser, Internet Explorer. Get smart. Download your free copy of Internet Explorer now. Communication Expo, your one-stop low-price communication superstore. Sponsored in part by cityview.com, your local information and entertainment source. If you'd like to become a sponsor of Net Talk or have your website or computer product shown on the air, just give us a call. This is Net Talk, the world's first triple cast. Net Talk is everything you need to know about the Internet and how to use it. Tell your friends about Net Talk, and we'll see you again next week. Net Talk Live is owned and produced by Infotainment Telepictures.
Dallas-Fort Worth Radio.
After reviewing this divorce case, it's the court's decision that the wife receive the car.
I don't want it. No, you can have it.
Your Honor, you should see this. Better get Mako.
For a great verdict, get Mako's Ambassador 570 KLIF radio and sent worldwide via AudioNet. It's Net Talk Live with your co-host, Laura Lewis. Gadget Guy, Dave Matthews. Webhead, Mark Markham. And your tour guide to the Internet and host of